Welcome to the Depth Dive. Today we're heading into Ujjain, this really ancient city in India.
Mhm.
We've got this document to guide us, and basically our mission is to figure out why this place holds such, deep historical and spiritual meaning.
Yeah, and it's not just any city, right? This document really sets it up as something special, a kind of nexus where, and I'm quoting here, mythology, astronomy, and spirituality converge.
Wow, okay.
It even suggests it might be older than recorded history itself.
Older than history, that's the hook. It mentions emperors, sages, celestial wisdom.
Yeah.
It sounds incredible. All right, let's get into it. What's the core of its spiritual significance?
Well, number one has to be the Mahakaleshwar Jyotirlinga. It's one of the 12 really, really revered Shiva temples, the Jyotirlingas.
Okay, the Jyotirlingas, self-manifested forms of Shiva.
Exactly. And the document points out this core belief that, well, time almost dissolves there. Shiva is worshipped as the controller of time itself.
The controller of time, that's a heavy concept.
It really is. Deep
Uh,
stuff. And then there's that ritual, the Bhasma Aarti,
Ah.
using ash from a funeral pyre.
Yeah,
That sounds intense.
it definitely is intense. But the symbolism is key. It's about that cycle of life, death, rebirth. Using ash, the most direct symbol of, well, impermanence.
Right.
It's a stark reminder about existence, about ultimate reality, a very profound Hindu concept about time and change.
Makes sense. And the Kshipra River. Seems like that's vital, too. The document talks about the ghats, the prayers, the holy dips.
Oh, absolutely. Rivers in India often have that powerful spiritual energy, and the Kshipra is definitely one of them. It's described as this place where faith just constantly flows.
Drawing in pilgrims and seekers.
Yeah, countless people. And of course, tied to the river is the Simhastakuma.
Right, that huge gathering every 12 years. The document calls it one of the largest religious gatherings on Earth.
Mhm.
Just picturing that.
It's staggering, the scale. Millions bathing in the river. But it's not new, you know? The document mentions Ujjain in the Mahabharata, the Puranas.
So this spiritual weight goes way back, which leads us nicely into the historical side, doesn't it?
It does, like King Vikramaditya. Starting the Vikram Samvat calendar, that's huge for Indian timekeeping.
It really is. It just underlines Ujjain's historical importance. And then you have figures like the poet Kalidasa.
Who was inspired by the city's beauty, right?
Yeah, exactly. These aren't just footnotes. They represent a massive cultural and intellectual legacy tied directly to Ujjain.
And it was a center for Vedic astrology too, Jyotish Shastra.
Precisely. The document highlights how scholars there refined it, studying the stars, the scriptures.
Which connects to the observatory, the Vedshola, or Jantar Mantar, built by Maharaja Jai Singh II.
Yes. And those instruments weren't just like basic clocks. They were for complex calculations, planetary positions, celestial events.
Really advanced stuff for the time.
Absolutely. It was crucial for developing Indian calendars, astrology. It shows a sophisticated grasp of mathematical astronomy.
So that observatory really cemented Ujjain's role, a center for timekeeping, astrology, cosmology.
It did. The Vedshala made it a key hub for astronomical knowledge. And beyond that, the whole city is just brimming with temples.
A whole sacred web, as the
Mm.
document puts it. Shrines to Kalabhairav, Harsidi Devi, even Sandipani Ashram, guru to Lord Krishna.
Yeah, it shows the breadth of devotion there. And the key thing the document stresses is that this isn't just history, it's living culture.
How so?
Well, it talks about the streets themselves, classical music, Sanskrit verses being recited, festivals like Mahashivratri being huge events. It's all woven into daily life.
Right, not just museum pieces, it's actively practiced.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's distill this for you, the listener. What are the main takeaways from diving into Ujjain?
I'd say first, those incredibly deep spiritual roots. You see it in the unique rituals, the powerful sites like Mahakaleshwar.
Definitely.
Second, its historical weight.
Mhm.
A center for emperors, yes, but also for learning, for art, for intellectual life.
And third, that contribution to astronomy and timekeeping is undeniable, right? The Vedshala is proof.
Absolutely critical. And maybe the final point is just that feeling, that confluence of ancient tradition and everyday present devotion. It's all happening at once.
It really paints a picture of a place existing on, I don't know, multiple planes of time simultaneously, ancient and modern, sacred and everyday. It leaves you thinking, doesn't it? How does a place keep such strong ties to a past that deep while still being a vibrant, living city? What can we maybe learn from a place where it seems time and eternity kind of meet?
That's the question, isn't it? A lot to ponder there.